Okay, so one of our Copilot users, she's not on the list, not on here right now. She said we were talking, and she has a form that she fills out whenever she's doing this, an intake form for calls that she's doing. So if somebody calls about a new listing or whatever, she has a form that she just physically prints out on the printer and then fills out that information. She said, oh, it would sure be nice if I could take that form and import it into SAM. Well, up here at the top, you can click on the little plus. We now have a intake form option. So whenever you click on intake form, it will bring you to this import intake form. You can select either a image or a PDF file. Whenever you select that image, let me go back here to downloads. Let me grab intake one. You just grab this one right here. So you can do multiples. Normally you're just going to do one at a time, but you've got an intake form. You just click on to start extracting. So what it does is it uploads that image to SAM. SAM then uses AI to identify what all is in that form data-wise and what fields can it actually fill in. So let me just for grins here also show you the form that I used. Intake. Getting really slow here. Where's intake forms? Here it is. Okay, so this is an AI version of her form. It's not accurate information. It's not a real person or anything. AI built this for me. But basically, it's how she would write in numbers of bedrooms, bathrooms, all this kind of stuff. There we go. Okay. So in this case, it says, okay, the full name is Sarah and Mike Reynolds. It knows that because there are two names, it'll put it into a shared area. So it'll actually break those up. Do I trust them? First name, last name. Now, on her database, what we did is we actually took all of these fields and we put them in as custom fields into the contact record. So she has an intake form tab that has bedrooms, bathrooms, garage, all these different elements and stuff in there. So whenever it goes and it uses AI, it's actually filling in all of these that say do not import because I'm not in her account. I don't have those fields. It doesn't know where to put them because there's not a place for them. I do have in mine, I do have a place for custom bedrooms and bathrooms. So it found those using AI. But now once I look at these, if any of these need to be changed or whatever, if AI didn't figure out where they were supposed to go, you can choose what field you really want them to be put into for you. It's basically a smart import from that file. You can predetermine your classifications if those classifications aren't in this list anywhere. And then you can also save this layout so that once you've mapped it, it will map it in the same way the next time. You then say import contact, and then it will create the contact data, putting them into the database for you, how it was mapped out. So, can you, based off of what I just saw, I mean, it took 45 seconds or so to do that. Can you import, the entire record within 45 seconds? Probably not. You might be able to get the first name and last name in there, but it's way faster in the long run to do an intake form that way than to manually enter in that information. If you have a complex intake form, phone numbers and all that kind of stuff all get put in there. Any questions on that? Would you use this? I mean, obviously, I do have a user that's going to do this. Do you guys even use intake forms?
Yeah, we do use intake when we do our home buyer seminars. Like
Yeah,
we have a lot of people come in, and we give them a clipboard and they just start writing. I try to
So,
use the QR code and people with their phone and so here's the form, here's the
yeah.
clipboard. But is it possible maybe to create because we use our own intake form and then we have to customize. However, but is it possible to create the intake from this from data and say, hey, here's so we can select and then here I want to create it, so I give it to the client when they come in.
It's a great question. Not currently, but that would be interesting to actually print. Well, yeah, no, but I like that thinking. Something that we could certainly work towards doing.
Remember what we had on when we using Markstead's software. We used to print the information. We would type in all the information and we put them on the folder on the folder. And we did it for years and years. And you had a lot of forms there.
Yeah, we did. I will be adding. Cody and I were talking about this. There'll be an option in the process selected area for printing to PDF, and you'll be able to create your own PDF stuff from templates. So
Yes.
that is coming. So you'll be able to do that and print some of that stuff off. In the old software, the old Advantage XI software that I had, there was a form editor, and you could create all kinds of different forms and stuff, which was incredible. I don't really have that per se, but we do have the templates where we can do merging to a PDF, which I can incorporate really easily. But a form editor might be interesting to do as well.